That's the only way I know how to be once I've crossed 40 years old. It's not, I don't play djembe for fun. It's fun, but I don't play it for fun. When I was a kid, I was just having fun. And then we learned about all this deep African stuff, and then it became way more responsibility. So I still teach a lot about djembe. But the thing about it is that the human being is still trying to understand the human being. The Egyptian Mystery School, some of my elders tell me that the Egyptian Mystery School is the human body in and of itself. You ever heard of the Egyptian Mystery School? Anybody heard that term? The most mysterious things to us is that leaf over there and your pinky. Like, you can think of something and your arm just moves. It's like we're animated, and this quest for spirituality is our quest to understand it. Obviously, we all understand it in different, there's 1,000 different spiritual perspectives, and we're striving to even respect each other in that process, to not be like, some people, this is the way, the only way, and then some people are so gung-ho that this is the only way. I've had people tell me that I was worshiping the devil. No, I'm just being completely honest. So my journey with djembe, I'm from Southeast DC. I wasn't born in Africa either. So my journey with djembe is one in which I'm trying to get into a place where it continues to feels like running water for me. It's hard to really explain. It's not really a really formal thing. I was telling Salim on the way here, when I do djembe solos, I have a hard time talking to people beforehand. You know, it's like an actor who's about to get into a character who, you know, that entire day, he's not dealing with his family, and he's about to do something that's inauthentic to himself. He's doing that to just be somebody other than himself. But for me, it's really sensitive. I have to be, nothing that I'm doing is rehearsed. And for me to go deeply, what I've learned over the years, for me to, in order to go deep into my playing, to get into a vulnerable place where I can do something that's useful to the audience, because I can just play some beats and send y'all on y'all way. Or we can try to do something that makes, like I used to get to the point where I practiced at every day, and if I didn't cry while I was practicing, then I hadn't really done it. Because the reflection that's supposed to happen, the regret, the remorse, all of the feelings that you're supposed to feel, having lived on earth, that you're really supposed to feel, you just allow yourself to feel them. Because intelligence is not a contrived thing. It is literally two things that honestly meet in the middle, have struggle, and come with an awareness of how to work together. That's what intelligence is. It's not something that's arbitrary. It's not learning mathematics. Intelligence is that me and this cat don't know each other. And then maybe a conversation happens, and then all of this other stuff happens that was not even planned in a school, a church. Things are birthed out of a conversation. But that also happens with our relationship with ourselves. So the Egyptian Mystery School is like, how do you go into yourself? How do you find, like everything she was saying there, but how do you constantly find a process of going to yourself routinely, ritualistically, and then how do we make that easier and easier and easier and not make you feeling weird when you say, I want to be by myself for 2 days. There's practices where people are laying, I got this one school, this named Mother Taylor, some friend of mine, y'all might know her name, Mamouna Youssef. She's a great singer. There was a period of time when Mamouna Youssef had to lay on her back for 4 days and didn't eat. Like all these different traditions to get you to really know your body, these involuntary things. So what I've discovered over time is that the djembe is here to do that. The problem that I'm having as a human being, and I'm just going to say that because I'm in church and I have no choice. I don't know any other platform to be honest with people than to actually get a bunch of people to actually listen to me, is that when I do this, it is a completely informal process. Like the microphones, the cameras. I've heard people say that in the past. Like, you're not supposed to record it. I get it now. Not that people can't record it, but I have to get myself out of that process. I like to wake up, get my water, stretch, be quiet, and drum. Everything else, and I'm having to have this talk to you to kind of bring myself back to that place, having to have to dealt with and the camera, and are we going outside, are we inside, and you feel some resistance from me. Somebody shaking, I'm Jabbar, and I have to introduce myself, but the whole time since the day the moment I've been waking up, I've been imagining my hands on the drum. And that's the only way that I really know how to do this and to do it effectively. Because again, it's not rehearsed, it's not contrived. I can't, it's like John Coltrane. It's like you spend all those hours in the lab. And if I'm not feeling at that level, then it's not that I don't want to drum, but I have aches, I have pains, I have different things that are not working. So I'm saying all that to say, I'm learning how to do this. I think the next time we do this in any setting, when the church service ends, I need to be always in a place drumming. I just need to be there, holding the space, and you guys can move in and out of the space. So I don't necessarily have to be a presenter. It doesn't have to be, it starts at this time, make sure you're ready. It's just not how it is not. It's such a spiritual thing for me that it just is, like a tree in the ground. It just is. So for me, I have to do it that way. So I'm going to drum, and then let's see what happens. Closest that you'll get to the experience of being outdoors Baranawe, Baranawe, Barana, Baranawe, Baranawe, Barana, Zoom, zoom. You know, like a song has an end. You know what I'm saying? But when you really praying, isn't it hard to say amen sometimes? It's just like, can't wait to the next one. Or maybe I should just stay here after I finish praying, just also just stay quiet. Anybody know what time it is? It's 12:06. Oh, we just started. I was supposed to start at 12. Any questions? Y'all want to talk? You want to just keep listening? You can move. Yeah. No, don't keep from moving. Don't keep from moving. Don't keep from moving. Exactly. Exactly. And see, that's the thing. Like in the beginning, djembe, you didn't even hear you didn't even see the djembe. That's what I've been told. That it's only recently, over time, that people have been able to watch the djembe. But in the beginning, people didn't. They didn't see the djembe. That's what the Manding people say. For the first couple hundred years, nobody is allowed to see the djembe. It's considered a mobile shrine. It's considered a shrine in and of itself. Because I'm talking about, of course, this stuff is invented before we had like church shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a place, you know. In the Manding tradition of West Africa, which goes back to the Dogon, who are also actually a part of the Manding, and we didn't even know that in the beginning. But the Dogon came from the Kemet, according to them, and they spread all over. Of course, the Dogon is not really coming from Kemet. The Dogon is, they say, is the name of the priesthood of Kemet. You have to ask the Dogon. We all hear a lot of different things about Africa, but I take it slowly because I've been around it. And then somebody say this, and a lot of historians, and you got AI and everybody's. But coming from the Dogon's mouth and talking to my best friend who's Manding, I had to verify with Amadou Kouyaté. He said, yes, my father used to say that the Dogon were the beginning of the Manding Empire, which means when they migrated from Kemet. And Amadou was 35 years old before we together 30 years before we had this conversation. So I was like, you known this my whole life? Why didn't you never say this? Like, he was like, yeah, I knew that. Yeah, my dad used to say that the Dogon were the ones who were not willing to change anything. He said the traditions that we practice now, a lot of the new religions in Africa, he said they're a bit modified because in the beginning, you were not allowed to spill human blood for anything. And we were dealing with things called sacrifice, obedience and sacrifice. So when warfare became a thing, people started trying, this is real, this is controversial, but this is real stuff. When Europeans started coming in, African people had to go from the old world of having become civilized. Like if you talk to the Dogon, they say, look, white people ain't the cannibals of the world. They said there was a time where black people didn't know the difference between eating an animal and eating a person. Like, you have to understand that human beings had to get to this point. He said the oral history is that white people are not, this is hard for people to understand, is that they're not the savages of the world. They are the newcomers to the world, but before they were in existence, we had to learn how to stop eating. We had to learn the value of family and powers in numbers and the difference between 10 of us versus a lion and being individual. That's happened with very few people on the earth. This is the Dogon saying this. People who say they built the pyramids and people who started Manding culture. They've written a couple books. One is called A Philosophical Podium. He talks about this in Philosophical Podium. But anyway, he was like, we're trained. These are controversial things. He was like, in Kemet, we were training white people. There's no color in terms of learning the Egyptian mystery school. If you are studying history, you know that there was a place called Alexandria, which when all the different cultures, Indian people, white people, Chinese people, but at this point is run by Alexander the Great and the Romans, who allowed all these other people to come in and ransack all of the temples. And the Dogon is saying at that time, we still were not allowed to kill human beings. So even though we were able to keep them out by battle, we were only able to keep them in battle because we lived on the mountain and we could push them down the mountain. But we weren't straight up killing white people. We weren't really allowed to kill because you got to do all this like atoning and like washing yourself. We got to this point where we were getting to realize that the human mind is not really supposed to see human beings die. It does something to your psychosis that it takes us a long time to de-traumatize you from seeing and killing. They knew that. So we're not supposed to do that if we're supposed to rise to it's this controversial term too, but just reading it, they're saying if we want to rise to God-like, then we have to treat you like I treat myself. And then, like I said, that's when the intelligence begins to happen. Because everything else is a fit of sanity. Like, I don't know what to do, so I become violent. It's a lack of being able to think through a problem, like, you know, however you want to think about it. So he said we had got to that point. But the problem, and then my brother from that wrote The Things Fall Apart, he explains it really well too. He says, at that time in history, it gets hard because we're not supposed to, we have these mandates, but the problem is that now Europeans are coming from different points of the continent and they're killing people with guns. We don't have a gun. We haven't invented a killing mechanism of that. The same thing we use to kill animals, we might use to cut your leg if you defend. But we're not going out trying to massively murder people. So now he said in the book, in The Healers, it's called 2000 Seasons in The Healers, Chinua Achebe, Things Fall Apart. And no, that's Chinua Achebe, Things Fall Apart. The other guy who wrote 2000 Seasons in The Healers, his boy, two prolific African writers. He said it's a novel, but it's based on when the Portuguese and the Britishers are coming in. He said all the priests ran to the bush. Same story the Dogons are telling. We're retreating while they're attacking. As the priest, we're the only doctors. So if somebody gets hit with a bullet, he said, we know how to fix every part of the human body now. Like now with the trauma that's happening, we can fix a bone, we can fix you, we can put your whole body in cast, we know how to do whole cast, but I gotta deal with one person. It's gonna take me a couple of months to deal with one person. They killing people, they can kill 20 people in minutes. So the problem is now the speed. And this is pre-internet, and the internet, and in the book he's saying the problem back then is that evil is just moving faster than we're able to establish. And that's the same thing the Dogon say. It's like, and we all know this, that the ability to establish a positive current in your life takes a little bit more work to have a bad habit. It's just easy to allow it's just easy. You know what I'm saying? So without getting too, because we're all adults, I think we understand the ramifications of what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm just saying all that to say that the djembe is a part of that process. I don't even know where I began. I'm tangential as a monk. But the djembe is a part of that process. Good question? Awesome. Thank you. That's what I need, a question.
Right. This is such a beautiful conversation because
Like, where did I start?
when I heard you say that it seems like we've lost the capacity to heal the individual because so much is going on and people fall so fast. But we're at the point, and I got there in this meditation, thank you, where I realized that the power of my mind, my healing power within me is even faster, even more powerful, even more dynamic than I can do one-on-one. Okay, so I feel like I could just stand here and heal a nation. The drum took me there. The meditation took us there. This is where we are. That's why we're here today, to find that place in us where that power lies that supersedes all of these human experiences. I love it when you say that all of this that we're experiencing, the anger, the frustration, is normal. Let it come up. But know within you. Know you can come back to the sound. You can come back to the rhythm. You can come back to the music. You can come back to the movement. I saw you, Aaron. God bless you. Where all of this is dissolved into the nothingness. And then we're free to rebuild, to replenish, to heal. Give us some rhythms, brother. We're ready to move it.
I'm going to start playing again. I'm just going to say two more things. Things to meditate on. Yes. Right? There's so much to say. So like there's so much to say. The jelly. So my dad taught me about this thing called single-pointed meditation, so I want to bring that up because I don't even think he understood. He may have understood.
That's my brother.
Yeah, so, but the single pointed meditation is a high end thought, the tip of a pyramid. Everything, when we're meditating in Kemetic thought, it talks about something called the jelly. Now, all of these things, I'm saying different things, but I'm saying the same exact thing over and over again, like a fractal. I'm just talking, but I'm actually repeating myself. A dot, yourself, a pyramid emanates from a dot. The center of this circle is a dot. When did you get your first piano lesson, Aaron? 18. At 18 years old? When you first started playing piano? Oh my. Oh my God. We really got to talk. But the jelly is a people call it a jolly. Okay? It's a terminology. Some people say jolly. Now the French word is griot, a storyteller. You talk to the Dogon and Amadou, the Kouyaté, the Jolly, the griots, the ones, the oral historians from Mali, he says that the word is actually jelly. And then the Dogon, who he says are the original people of that culture who didn't change nothing, who came over and said, I know y'all want to, fight white people and you want to kill, and now you have to do these extra rituals. People started sacrificing animals. All that stuff is newer in the African world. It's about, okay, I'm not going to get into it. But the jelly is a process where you have your personal shrine. It gets complicated because basically we started, I'll say this because you're telling me to talk. So basically in the Dogon say, in the beginning we were trying to get people to understand themselves. But because it's so many different factors and we're coming from a place of kind of chaos and people trying to understand civilization, you get to the point where you have to like make amendments, you know what I'm saying? So like the new forms of African religion are basically after warfare. Now before then, there was a period of time where we realized that we're not supposed to do that. And that time we coined something called the jelly. The jelly is something you do every day by yourself. It's preferably in the same spot and at the same time, but something about it is supposed to morph. In that space, in that meditation, in that ritual, you're supposed to remind yourself where you've been, where you are, and where you're going. It is the act of becoming. You about to tell me to speed up?
No, I just want to tell you that we call that the prayer cover.
You took the word out of my
Yeah.
mouth. The next word.
Yeah, we're all on the same page.
The next
Let's
word
go,
is
brother.
called. I can't. I just gotta. Am I talking too much?
Yeah, let's go.
Probably.
Yeah, he is. I want to drum. I want to get to the rhythm. I want to get to that.
But at the
feeling.
same time, it's just like I'm just at a place where I've been made to do this
Yes.
like I'm an artist, and I just can't not say certain things anymore. I'm past the point.
Express yourself.
So only because if I was out there drumming, I would have never stopped. But because it's like context, the jelly is a place where we do a ritual every single day where you're reminded where you're going, where you are, and where you've been. And it could be a rock, it could be anything.
I love you.
I'm good. I'm ready. Huh? Huh? Not necessarily. Yeah. So right. So that's just one thing to think about. That word I want to put on your heart. It might be new. And then the other thing is that I'm doing bass. I'm ready. I'm done. I'm ready.
No,
I'm good.
I'm just here to bless you. Go right
Can I
ahead.
drum? Can I sit here
Go right
alone?
ahead. Just have a-
Okay. Yes, please.
I'm the elder in this family.
I know, but I'm a drummer. I've been drumming for 40 years, and I can only do it in a certain way if I want to do it.
I love you.
So, the bass tone and the slap, protons, electrons, and neutrons. Just aware when you have the actual substance that creates the entire universe and your actual thoughts. Protons, electrons, and neutrons. And when I'm playing bass, tone, slap, I'm dealing with the concept of three things that create this universe. You have control of them. Beginning, middle, and end. Mother, father, child. thing, two things. The one thing can't recognize itself without a reflection. And then when you have two things, they are individual things, so you have two things, but those two things actually move as one, so two things is actually three different energies. So we knew the binary code, the 0 and the 1, was actually three different energies. square ultimately brings you into your circle, which is your community. What it's made of, the momentum created from the discipline. So, hopefully some good time for you to organize some things and having some aha moments. Yeah, I'm really all about the aha moments and then self-organization, because that's where the excitement and the peace of mind comes. I think this the self-organization brings the peace, and the aha moment brings the continued passions, like overwhelmed with eagerness to do a thing, feeling like a child at will. I'm done. Thank you all. Oh, thank you. You too.
Yeah, this is my baby brother's baby son. Give thanks. Thank you, Jabari. Thank you, Salim. Thank you, Multimedia Ministry. Thank you, OGOT. I'm going to ask Reverend Burnett to come up and give us closing remarks and the closing prayer. I want to say that it has been a pleasure to be your auntie these 25 years. I learn from you every day, and every day in every way. I am pleased to get better and better. God bless you. That's that move you've been trying to make. That's that rhythmic move. you've been
Right.
trying to make.
You know, Jabari, when you were here years ago, and I think I told you this right after service, for the first time, I had the awareness, and I've been going to drumming circles, the Bird Festival. You familiar with the Bird Festival they used to have on 25th Street? Everybody used to have drums, and everybody in the street. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Yes. Well, it was the first time I was really introduced to drumming. But when you came here, it was the first time I was introduced to it as a meditation. I was used to listening to, the quiet music but when you introduced it, I felt it for the first time as a meditation. So I was just really excited, and I requested of Reverend Judith that she definitely invite you back. so that other people can just experience that. It's another sound. It's a different sound. And you know, I believe in syncopation and non-linear progression. I like when things are a little off and you have to follow it. You know, that's the thing that made it so profound to me. You have to really, like you follow spirit, you learn to follow the sound. And it was just an epiphany to me. And so I just want to let you know how much I enjoyed being with us, experiencing that. And you know, it is one of the ways you learn to follow spirit, by learning to be with it. Just follow it wherever it's going, not resisting it, not, you know, just following it wherever it's going. And then you were doing that too. You were just following wherever a spirit was leading. I mean, I love it. I love it how many different ways the same message, you know, spirit can orchestrate the same message in so many different ways, which is that part that says anybody can access spirit. Just find a way, one of those ways, and get on the wavelength and just follow it. And it'll take you right there. So thank you. Did anybody else have a comment? Anybody else want to say something? Because it was a lot in it for me. I know Aaron's going to be coming next week. He's doing the sound bath.
I'll say quickly, as a friend of Jabari for a while through the music community and that kind of thing, it was an honor to see you go through your entire process in person like that. It was, yeah, I got so much from it from so many angles. And yeah, I appreciated being present for this. Thanks for welcoming us. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for welcoming us into your sacred space. Yeah.
I just want to say, you took me to a place of joy and happiness. You know, I closed my eyes and I was there. And I seen the brothers dancing and having a good time, and I felt good. So it just made me feel really good, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
You know, I saw the sisters dancing the drum. I've had that experience where they just move where spirit leads them and they follow the drum, and all that came to me. I know you know about that.
I just want to thank you for the experience, brother, and knowing that you come from the genes of some powerful people in your family. So I just want to give thanks and thank you for your for your father. But also I just want to say, you know, historically, I got a few things that I thought I knew a lot about, and you were giving me some history, some spiritual history, and I got to go back and check it out. And I just want to thank you for that, refreshing my mind on some points, because that's important, I think, as a people. And when you talked about the most powerful folks, the priests and the priestess leaving the community so they don't have to kill anybody, you know, and that's powerful to understand the power of going through a lot of stuff and not resorting to that level of behavior, you know, no matter what, even though you could do some things because you know X, Y, and Z. These people know X, Y, and Z. But anyway, that was just a powerful thought, and I got to go back and check that out. Thank you, because it makes me a better spiritual being as well. That's a high level to be, too. Thank you.
You know what else I love? The conversation. It's all a conversation. Life is a conversation, and all conversation is committing. Dwell on that for a minute. Life, committing. Whatever your conversation is what you're committing to with your life. So be mindful and careful what you're talking about, how you're using the sound of your voice. Because as Reverend Judith was saying this morning, you're creating that future. You're creating that generation, a whole nother generation. Just by what you're saying. Life is a conversation. And all your conversation is committing to something. So I love that. Anything else? Yes. Josie.
Yes, this was so healing, as we're talking about healing and talking about conversation. One conversation can change your life. And this experience took me back. 3 years ago, I went to Ghana, and we went to the Door of No Return, and they had the drumming. And at that moment, it was a connection with the ancestors. And this is like having that aha moment again that you talked about. So I just want to thank you for this experience. And
I feel like we're remembering. And what I mean by remembering is like when you come in and you start attacking people, you dismember the process that human beings have been working toward when we talk about civilization. You know what I'm saying? If we're creating a civilization and we done irrigated the farms and we done figure out how to farm and, be one with the, we done eat fish, but we still preserve the fish. And there was a time where we didn't know that was important. You know what I'm saying? So when you start dropping bombs and raping and enslaving, it's a dismembering to me. If you think of the planet as alive, and if it's an energy, and if energy is not created or destroyed, that means everything is vibrating, is reaching a vibration, and that's a memberment, that's a connection. That means remember. So if you dismember, so what I'm saying is we're remembering, and in that process, oh, this is so far, but I keep forgetting because I've got to the mic. I want to give you this mic back so bad. But in that process, Lord, I keep losing my train of thought. There's too many things to say. In that process of remembering, I think that what was the point I was going to, it'll come back to me in 2 seconds.
Yes.
That was enough points. I made a couple points. But that's not, I was saying that as a preface to say something else. It'll come back to me.
Anybody else? You know what else? Yes.
I just want to say I'm grateful to have a friend like Jabari, and I'm grateful that, I'm here today with y'all, and I never really experienced like what I experienced as far as this service and everything like that, so that was cool to me. And yep.
We're always here having, you're welcome to come. Yeah, you're welcome.
Yep. Thank you.
Anytime.
This is my guy, man. It's my heart right here, man. I met him. It was just like, and kismet. So, remembering. So I'm saying all that to say that I just want us to allow space for me to just take my time, because I'm not used to playing indoors. I've realized part of what I was going, the issue I was having there, and the reason I started probably talking a lot in the middle is because my brain is processing how to become how to be as relaxed I can playing indoors. Because again, I believe, and you'll see once we go outside, the djembe is a medicine. There's a formula, and I believe that African people had a reason for not allowing you to see it in the beginning, because when you're watching somebody do something, it's different from just allowing it to happen to you, right? So the problem that I'm having is that not a problem, but a resistance that I'm having in figuring out what I'm going to play next. And I'm definitely following the spirit, because what's happening while I'm indoors, to be very, very completely honest, is that I'm thinking as opposed to just feeling. Because what happens when I'm outside, to God's honest truth, is that the sounds, when you hit the drum, it goes into the universe so far. It's like it's like you don't hear nothing but djembe. Pow! It's like now the universe is this one cave, and it feels like the only thing that's happening in the world is this drum at that moment. When I'm indoors, I don't get that experience. The sound is really muted, and it feels like I'm just playing music. I'm just playing some beats, and you know what I'm saying? I have to really there, it completely just sucks me into, and it just takes me into a vortex, right? Like the djembe, you'll see what I mean. It's made to be an outdoor experience. So I was just saying that, you know.
That
I'm glad y'all.
that
I
come.
didn't have to say that. I'm glad y'all experienced it and had a great experience.
Yeah. And one of the things I want to say, too, about when you have not experienced something, you experience it when you have not experienced something and you're open to the experience, you still experience it fully.
And that's
Because
what I'm working on. It's like tapping into the fact that it's still completely fresh for you.
yes,
Like that, and that's,
yes.
that's like a thing that that's why I'm saying all of that tempering myself during the day has to do with trying to be
Yeah.
vulnerable enough to just, no matter what happens, that I'm here with you.
Right. And so for me, you know, the thing for me is I needed to get into what you were doing. So I had my eyes closed. So I wasn't looking at you. I was getting into the beats. And what I also started noticing was not only, and so somebody like me, I need repetition. What I also was noticing was I listened to the beats, but I also paid attention to the echo. And the echo became part of my meditation because the echo reinforced the initial message I was getting. As a matter of fact, when you stopped playing, it was like someone had done.
You know what else? Now, it's so many, you know, it's so many dimensions to it. Because when you were playing certain sounds, I felt the vibration in different places. There's so many different dimensions. I'm following the sound. I'm noticing how it's landing in my body, how that's resonating and vibrating. I mean, it was an immersive experience.
And I'll say this is where the intelligentsia happens. Like, you know, again, it's only recently that I'm being able to play and talk and then share the experience. When we was kids, for the first 25 years of my life, at least 25 years of my life, I was asked to play the djembe to the point where we were peeing red substances. We were peeing blood. Our hands were bleeding. Most of our hands bleeding. 25 years of coming home bloody. Blood. And we're playing. I even had a guy play djembe in front of me, Watoto Ajayi, rest his soul, one of my favorite drummers. He's playing so hard that blood is coming off his hand. Djembe players never get a chance to talk. They were not talking. Nobody's asking us no questions. We just get up there, play. Dancers play. It'd be 4 drummers, 150 dancers. 4 or 5 drummers. The beats they used to do was make us lazy, to give us the food. It'd be like drummers can eat first. But that sacrifice, we don't got no sticks. We not touching no pee. We can't change no sounds. It's blood, sweat, and tears. It's straight gladiator work. So over the years, I'm 40, 20, 30 years later, I'm trying to continue to do something I love, but make it feel good to me that it don't hurt. You know, because everybody else is like, oh my God, Jimmy. You look at these cats' hands, and by the time they're 40, their hands is gone, just destroyed. So I'm like, that's a new way of, that's djembe in a different context. Because back in the day, again, you ain't seen a djembe play, wasn't no pressure. It's a reason why they made it so you can see it. Because you see them, you probably was like clapping, and having them drum to the point of, he don't want to stop and he's overdoing. He might have a heart attack or something, you know what I'm saying? But if he can pace the fire, because djembe represents fire, so you have to, fire is something you have to control, you know? And when we, in the context of America, I'm not saying I have no resentment to how I love our process of being djembe players in this country and all that stuff, but there is an aspect of it that's lost its gentleness, lost its the conversation. We don't talk. When's the last time you talked to a djembe player? You know, even in the African Center community, if you see some cats drumming, you see them drumming, and then after that, it's just like they just gone. You know what I'm saying? You experience it. So that's what I'm saying. The message behind it, and just it's good for me to be able to just soften up the process. That's all.
Well, you know, the conversation is in the drumming. You know, I can only imagine that when you're with a whole group of drummers, you're in a conversation. You're in a conversation with each other. You're hearing each other. You're hearing spirit. You're moving. You know, so the conversation is, it's just a different language.
I guess what I'm saying is back in the day, a long time ago, when djembe was created, there was not, and this is the fact, in the beginning there's one djembe player for hundreds and hundreds of people. There's not 9 djembe players playing on top of each other, trying to be louder and beat and playing to the point where it hurts. You don't have to.
Okay, I see.
You need community got
One.
one drummer, maybe one flute player, one doctor. You know what I'm saying? So you just playing to your heart's
Yes.
desire. And then at the end of the day, it's more like this. Obviously, we have time to talk.
Yeah.
So imagine being in the village setting. You know, for the first time, you play, and at the end of the day, we talk. It's like you tell me how to experience. Even if you didn't see me, you know, I might be with the spiritual council and whatever, but we're talking. Somebody's assigning him to drum at that time, and the community's assigning, we're not seeing that guy. So he's still part of the community. He still gets to talk and to share it. And it's not like it's just for show, he's on stage, and we're just
Right,
out here
right,
kind of like
right.
entertaining.
Yes, it's not,
that kind of context.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying this process is extremely helpful for me. That's all I'm saying.
I just wanted to ask a question. You mentioned the difference between playing indoors and playing outdoors. Now, when you play indoors, do you feel like it kind of cages your spirit, the flow?
It's one of those things where it's almost like if you're outside, you have a sparring partner. It comes back to you, so it fuels you because it comes back. Like she said, the echo. You guys can hear the echo better than I can hear the echo. When I'm outside, the echo is almost what I hear more than the drumming. It's I'm getting so much back for what I'm putting into it that I don't feel like rushing. I don't feel like I'm not thinking anymore. I'm actually responding and feeling, and it's just I'm still trying to understand it to even give you an answer, but there's a huge difference between playing indoors and playing outdoors, because the earth is, I mean, from an electrical thing, the earth is diffusing everything. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no, in it, like even though we hear the reverberation, in here literally reverberation is coming back at you. Out there, you hear it, but it's gone. It's able to dissipate and really, really travel. So my energy matures because the energy is able to go somewhere. So now I'm coming with a new energy. It's not that I'm just building on what I just played. I'm actually following what I just played to go somewhere. I don't have to think it through when I'm outside. I can play for hours, 3 hours. That's when we were in college, they said, you got to practice 3 hours minimum. I never heard that till I was in college. He probably heard it before. 3 hours a day, da-da-da-da. I could never accomplish that indoors. Even at Howard University, it hurt. But when I came outside, I was able to sing and play 3 hours minimum outside. I'm gone. And that's how I actually got good, but it was outside. If I'd done all my practicing inside, I'd have never even became a professional musician. It hurt.
Thank you. Greetings, everyone. I'm so late. I took 2 buses, and but no, I'm glad I'm here. Obviously, the right time. Mama Judith, long time. Jabari was one of my babies years ago. I'm Mama Nia. You know, you said some things that I never knew about the bleeding and the amount of energy that it took. It obviously it's not making you bleed anymore, right? Oh, wonderful.
breathing and singing while drumming. Me
Right.
and my Mahiri, all of us figured it out. Like, because cats used to tell us, man, the brothers from Africa come over here, they play so hard that they piss blood. Uncle Douglas, her husband, said,
Right.
Jabari, it's not blood. When you're drumming, you're doing this thing,
And you're straining.
squeezing here, and there's a hormone that's secreted out of your abdomen when you're not
Unbelievable.
breathing. And that you're pissing out a hormone that comes from this part of your body. So you might be getting what do you call
Hemorrhoid.
it? Hemorrhoid or what the other hernias.
Hernia.
Y'all could be creating hernia in your body and don't
Right,
know
right,
it.
right.
So, because he said one day, because Uncle Douglas said, I used to drum, I used to piss blood. We thought it was a thing. He said one day, because I'm a doctor, I took that sample out of that toilet. I said, I got to know. And he said, when in the lab, he said, this is not blood.
That's
This is a
amazing.
hormone. We all thought it was blood. But once we created Phytophenocarb, we was like breathing. Mama D don't piss blood.
Right.
The masters don't piss blood. We're not supposed to be pissing
Learn
blood.
how to
So we
relax that.
Relax. Start to create a whole...
So I have a question. Of course, I started, my oldest is 43, 44. And my son used to play Shaka. And at some point after he went to Duke Ellington, they rejected the djembe, when he got there. And so they had him in theater. But anyway, he stopped doing it a lot, but it took a lot out of him. And then Jalea had been doing Farafina Khan. And so they would drum, and they used the hand drums under their, no, they did the big drums, right? And I was wondering how much, because they would stand a certain way when they would play it. And I was wondering how physical that was for her. And she still likes to put the drum under her arm, squeeze it, and play it like that. And I have seen women, I'm getting to the question. So the question is, does it have an effect on women too? Is there something, that we should consider in terms of drumming?
Absolutely. I mean, anything, if you're doing this and you're not breathing, in the back in the day, djembe,
You have to learn how to relax.
all my teachers just tell me that women weren't allowed to play djembe at first. Obviously, people are allowed to play it now because I think this because it's not a mandate for how long you gotta play, and there's no like protocols. Because a djembe player was a job. So if you take that mantle, once you're the drummer, you can't stop. You know what I'm saying? Once the party's like a DJ, it's a spiritual thing. People are coming to the ceremony for spiritual ceremony. You can't stop. You're not doing this for fun just because you think you could do it. It has to be something that you can't live without. Because once you get it past a point of physical exhaustion, you still can't stop because there's a spiritual. Somebody's mother just died. People got to heal. You can't. So in that intense context, that's probably why they were like women weren't allowed to drum.
That's so deep. I really feel like we should really have been giving greater thanks to the drummers over time,
They weren't allowed to play djembe, but there were drums they played.
Oh, you're talking about
so
the women.
So the kutiro drum is a women's drum.
Right.
Saba in Africa, the hand and stick drum, but it's a hand and stick.
Right.
It's a little less
strenuous.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like heavy on the body, and it's a smaller drum. You don't have this big, heavy obelisk. You have to balance with both of your legs, which means you got to squeeze it, and you got to hold it and harness it. So all of this womb area kind of gets tight. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
So you got to do a lot of dancing and balancing and singing to brush that off, to balance that, to be healthy, to be honest
Interesting.
with you. Yeah, but the kutiro has always been a drum that the women were able to play. And they
Right.
played it in 3 of them in the context, just like bata, because djembe comes from bata. It always comes from 3 drum instruments. Djembe is an intense instrument because it was created for one person to play all 3 parts.
Interesting.
That's why it has the mids and the lows and the highs like no other instrument. But other systems have a high drum, a middle drum, and a low drum. The bata, everywhere in the world, if you see it, it's going to be 3 drums, 3 drums, 3 drums. The djembe is a different thing, and that's probably why women weren't allowed, because it's just the intensity that one person has to exert. But they were always playing drums.
This is amazing. I know y'all are getting ready to go. One more question. Have you ever had problems with your ears because of your drumming?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. Because again, playing outdoors, yeah, You know, you probably have to ask other guys who spend most of their time in dance classes. Like, if you playing with 15 drummers in a room and it's coming back at your, yeah, if that's the only thing you're doing, then maybe. But I figured out a long time ago that that's not the healthiest place. When I'm outside and djembe is supposed to be out, it's like out.
Like Meridian Hill,
It's
huh?
a formula. But African people are not, they're scientists.
Yeah.
They're not, you don't go to Africa and see people playing djembe inside.
Interesting.
Almost ever, even to this day. I mean, if it's a performance, cool. But djembe is normally outside. Like, it's a ceremony. I've never seen, I mean, I'm gonna say I've never seen, but anytime, if you go on YouTube right now and just go djembe drumming.
They're outside.
It's a ritual. They always outside. All that drumming inside is just bouncing off the wall. You're not gonna be able to hear each other talk. But you can have 30 drummers over there. If we outside, you can still have a private conversation because the sound dissipates.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Not hurting.
This is amazing.
So you're coming back, right? So we can do something out in the park sometime. What we call the OGOT park, huh? That's a wonderful idea to do early. Yeah. All right. Well, we.
And we'll just hear you and turn the corner and park. Get to it.
Absolutely wonderful. I feel so energized.
An opportunity to play for like 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
You ain't gotta sit there for 2 hours.
Uh-huh.
People might fall asleep to give people an option to really take it in.
Yes. Well, just thank you again. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Judith, for arranging this special opportunity, this point of being together. Anything else anybody want to say? Questions, comments? Yes, why don't you do that before we close out? Yes.
All right, thank you.
This is a fluid, ongoing experience. The whole month and beyond, yes, it's getting us started.
So once again, I want to just show gratitude and thankfulness for Brother Javari for kicking us off in this month. It was amazing. I just want to give some context for next week, this same time next week, and what I'll be facilitating. Some context, some choices, and some connection for you. All right, so I usually don't read, but I'm just doing this so I can make sure I just give the proper info and keep it moving. So the name of the experience next week is called Finding Calm Together. A 5M piano sound bath and nervous system reset. You all, we are used to experiencing it for about 15 minutes. Next week will be a full 75-minute sound bath. Through live piano, gentle breath work, guided visualization, humming, mindfulness, awareness, you'll be invited into a deep calming experience designed to help your body relax, reset, and reconnect. Now, there's no right way or wrong way to participate, just like today. Now, I was moving in the back, but I'm quite sure if we kept going, we probably all would have been moving in here. So there's no right or wrong way to participate. You're welcome to either sit in one of the chairs provided, or you can bring a yoga mat, a blanket, pillows, cushions, whatever you feel. You can move around and dance. You can lie down, however you want to experience it. So I just wanted to share that with you all so that way you'll get an idea of what next week will be like. All right? That's about it. Thank you, and look forward to experiencing it with you next week. Thank you, Reverend.
Don't keep this stuff to yourself.
And I have these, if you need that or the information, it'll be right back here on the table.
Don't keep it to yourself. Let people know who you know would benefit from this. This is, there's an energy that's moving. Reverend Judith and I are knowing truth and creating a chamber here. So if you know other healers, if you know other people who the vibration in your mind would help them to get moving in the direction of that healing that's already, invite them. You got it? Invite everybody. This is something that, you know, these healing waters are in everyone. The people who are saying, you know, we're not really healers per se. What we're doing is working with ourselves. And the energy vibration, when you are doing your own internal individuation, it benefits everybody. It benefits everybody. So yes, your healing, what'd you say? So you are a healer. Yeah, yes, by healing, you're a healer. Yes, that's the point I'm trying to make. By healing, you're a healer. You are the, so yes, you are healing the world. And we're just inviting all of us who are in that state of consciousness. Let's just get together and have a good God time. Yes. All right, so if we're complete for the moment, we're just going to pause. We're just gonna pause because it's a ever evolving, ever going on experience, and we are it. So we're gonna just relax ourselves in the divine presence once again. We just do that by going to the center of our being. And it's that point where we're all one. One with each other, one with the environment, one with everything, because all of it is the presence of God expressing in many, many different ways. There's really nothing to do, just to be present there at our center. And as we are present at the center of all being, Spirit just moves in its own sweet, wonderful way. We give thanks as we pause more often this week. And allow Spirit to be the perfection that it is, the love that it is, the joy that it is, the wisdom that it is, the intelligence system that it is. We know that it's already done. It is so, so it is. Yea, God, Ashe, Amen. Yea, God, hallelujah. Peace.